The Driveway Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back now for episode 6 of The Driveway. We got Danny and Danny over here. Danny with the new background. Yeah, the new interesting background here.
Live, laugh, love, baby.
Live, laugh, love, man.
Kim Jong-un said it first.
Danny's always been a positive person. He's always taught, he's a history addict, so that explains a lot as to why he went ahead and changed the background, which usually he has the March Madness bracket, but we're going to get into March Madness in the next few weeks here. I think 3.5 weeks, dude. Brackets are in.
You think I just have the bracket? I have so many different things that that go in a rotation on what I hang up on a wall. I like literally I spend, like, people spend $10,000 a year on groceries. I spend $10,000 a year maybe on like memorabilia that I can hang up on a wall.
Yeah.
I have WWE title belts.
That's
I have video game stuff. I have custom guitars that I just started getting. I just go into a rotation because I'm waiting to get a house big enough where I could fucking hang up everything.
Tell me a little bit about your favorite. What's your favorite item that you own, memorabilia wise? I'm a little interested in the belts that you have, but like, what to you is like your favorite item sports wise?
Favorite item sports wise. I have 2002 home run derby baseball that was hit by Sammy Sosa and signed by Sammy Sosa.
That's unreal.
That was his home run derby ball it was the one that he did in Milwaukee. I think it's '02. It's the ball that he actually broke the glass in Milwaukee. At the time it was Miller Park, but he broke the glass when he hit the homer, and I got that ball. I got a couple custom football helmets. I got a Notre Dame helmet.
Okay. Yeah, I want to buy a helmet. I'm trying to buy a helmet.
Signed by Jack Cohn.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit that's just random. I have the WWF title belt that was held by like Stone Cold during his time. It's not the custom Broken Skulls one, but
yeah.
I just get shit that I like. It's dumb shit. Probably has no resale value, but
it has interests and has value to you. Has value to you. I mean, I don't know what I would say mine is. I've met a whole lot of players, but I think my favorite is the I have the day that's the Cubbies won the World Series. I have that newspaper hanging up on my wall right now. I'm looking at it, the one that says "At Last." It's one of my favorite pieces that I own. I remember I got it literally the day after because I pushed myself to go find it, like before the parade even happened. That might be my favorite thing because that's gonna stick around me forever.
Okay. I'm not huge into Pokemon and baseball cards, but I do have quite a few baseball cards, and um one of the things, and I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but one of the things that I spent a lot of money tracking them down, uh MLB Showdown cards. So MLB Showdown was a game from 2000 to 2005.
Let me look this up. Keep talking, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, and it's a dice game where basically you build. There's like a map that comes in that's on a baseball diamond, and you put like pitchers, and you
Do you
make
build
like
like an
your own
ultimate
starting
team?
rotation. You build your own team, yeah. And there's a bunch, and so basically, um, a
Oh
pitcher
shit!
will have a
I don't know
control.
if you could see this, but for people interested, I guess that's
Yeah,
sort of. It's almost like
what it
it's like a
looks like.
game, but you play it. Yeah, and do you play it like against someone, like one on one?
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, that's
you'll play each other, and there's a ton of cards. And you basically build out your own custom lineup, and like the pitcher will have a control, is what they call it, control between anywhere from, I think the best one is 6, worst one is obviously 0 or
mm,
1. Um, so basically, when you're rolling as a pitcher, you're trying to get the advantage. So what you're doing is you're rolling a number 1 through 20, and you're adding that 6. And if it's higher than the like the number the batter has, which is anywhere between 12 to 21, um, or I'm sorry, I think Barry Bonds was the best. He had 17. But if your number, six plus whatever you rolled, is higher than that number, then you then use your box, and it'll be like a one's a strikeout, two's whatever, and then the batter will roll. Um, but if the batter has the advantage, when he rolls, like 20 would be a home run, 17 would be a double. So it's what it's one of those things we'll have to do a tutorial on, but
Mm-hmm. See,
it's a
that's
game that
yeah.
so it was really big because there was this store in the mall called Gamers Paradise, that used to sell them by the packs. And when we were growing up, that's all we used to play was MLB Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
We would just battle in this game, and we'd do sleepovers, and we'd do tournaments, and then you get like your own custom fucking dice. I had this like shiny black one that was sick as fuck, which I ended up tracking down one. Um, oddly enough, you could use Dungeon and Dragon dice for this game.
That's interesting.
So,
That's interesting. I mean, that game sounds fun because of the way that, we've all shifted into these games where I remember now 2K on your phone is an app, and now it's like you collect cards and you play other people virtually versus like it's not what I expected at all, like when you told me. And as you know, like I'm a pretty heavy card collector. I do love card collecting. I'm
mhm,
only basketball though, because the second I dip into another sport is when I start spending a lot more money. But that's part of what the driveway was. The driveway is I sent a lot of photos of me going to card shows, and I'm the guy that takes $10 and turns it into 10 signed cards from the dollar bin. Like I love
mhm.
the randomest players you could think of: Shabazz Napier, fucking like uh, Marco Bellinelli cards, like anything I could find. That's my favorite niche is in those NBA cards. But you bringing that up reminded me that that might be my favorite collectible item is my cards, because I've been doing that since I was shit. Like I remember you guys used to help me out when I first started. Like
Yeah,
you guys all you guys and my brother like had cards as well, and that's kind of where I started. I was like, I gotta get my collection up, bro. And if anyone
yeah.
interested, there's cards shows coming up. March 8th is the Chicago Collective, and then the Dallas Card Show, which is the big one. The big one where I met,
Oh
I didn't meet
fuck
Colson
yeah.
Loveland, but I ran into him and I was like, this is fucking insane. It was right when he got drafted, so I didn't expect him to be that big of a name, but I did walk past him. So people who are invested in card shows definitely come along, and I'm always at these shows in Chicago.
Yeah, March is big because they do the card show in the beginning of March, and then the end of March they do back to back. They do Anime Central, and then they
Yeah.
do the porn convention.
Yeah, the porn convention. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a
March is a big
wild.
month.
That's a big month for the Convocation Center, um,
Yeah.
in Rosemont. But yeah, no, I mean, I know you're an infant, so you don't remember a time. But when I was a kid, when you wanted like in order like people can just ramble off stats now because they could go and look up a player profile online. Not saying that wasn't there when we were younger, but not everyone had a computer when I was growing up. So what was really popular, I probably could find one, Dijo. What was really popular were these books that they had basically player profiles on for all the different. You could pick a sport. I used to get the baseball one. And also these sports cards. On the back of the cards, they have the player's career stats.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I have a few. I have
hold
a lot
on.
of those Bulls cards. I have a lot of those exact ones you're talking
Hold
about.
up, Dijo.
Yeah.
Let me. I'll get something for you. Hold on, motherfucker.
For anybody that want to see, these are my basketball cards. I have them lined up by team, including teams that no longer exist. I signed Mitch Richmond when I met him at the Final Four Phoenix a few years ago. Yes, I got a lot of favorite is the Bulls cards, obviously representing the Bulls. Jimmy Butler jerseys, Derrick Rose signed. Let's go ahead and find. Here is the Scottie Pippen. Might be what he's talking about. It's a Scottie Pippen booklet. Going through pages. This is a pretty rare find. I got these for a lot of the main players, and this is the card that came with it from NBA Hoops. Sorry, I don't do like card openings or anything like that. I don't do really like showing off my cards. This is a more of a personal note, personal touch that I enjoy. But Danny's definitely Danny was there for the start of it, if I could mention.
Thanks for. Um, I can't find the stat book. I'd love to show you guys what a stat book looks,
Taj
but
Gibson
it's
jersey rookie card. Oh brother. Oh
might be
brother.
one of my favorite bowls. But like
Ever.
this
Yeah, ever.
is also what we used to do. We'd get like a Phil Steele
Yeah.
college football. You could still get these in like Jewel Osco,
Dude, I see them at Five Below is where I see them. Yeah.
Five Below, and they used to have just schedules and player profiles. Shout out Phil Steele. That's probably the best. Um, Phil Steele's probably the best college football magazine in my opinion.
Mm.
Um, Baseball Almanac, which is basically now a website that you could go to, used to do the little booklets where
Yeah.
you can, it was like newspaper. You can go through them and they'd have like three different players and you could just like read through their stat lines and shit.
That's what I
So that
miss. I
was
mean,
pretty
Sports
sick.
Illustrated. That's where I also got my stars because they used to give you 6 free cards of just like random Olympians, random basketball players, swimmers, blah blah. Oh, he's got the Jeremy's World Sports
So
Illustrated. Oh my god, dude.
I have a
Oh
collection.
my god.
I have a collection of, uh, I collect old Sports Illustrateds. That's what
Wait, pull up. Wait, show me the Jeremy Lin again.
this is the Jeremy Lin one.
That's crazy.
Um, this is Ohio State. Um, this is a March Madness publication. Ohio State playing against Syracuse. Let me see if there's if there's a face that you guys might know. I forgot the
Oh,
white guy's name. Here's one that you might know. This is NCAA Tournament Preview 2012.
yeah.
Who's that unibrow on the cover?
Oh my. Oh
That
my.
is
Rod
Anthony
Party
Davis
SB.
on Kentucky.
Yeah, that's cool.
Uh, that was that, and I don't know. Do I have any
Yeah,
other
you know,
good
I
ones?
got my own fair share of magazines. I mean, I collected all basketball, but I showed these before. Another one, like my favorite Derrick Rose Slam magazine. These actually stole from my brother. These are not. I was not the sole proprietor of these. My brother was the main purchase. I stole them all from him. So, but we live
This
in a
is one
different
of
age.
my.
We live in a different age.
This is one of my
This
favorite.
is these are cool.
You'll
Like having this.
you'll appreciate
Oh, the
this one.
Jabari, yeah, on
Best high
Simeon.
school player since LeBron wearing his simi in high school.
Yeah.
Jabari Parker.
Man, that guy was something. I have a lot of respect for Jabari because now he's maybe he might be retired, but he's in FC
No, I
Barcelona
think he's
last I heard.
playing. Wasn't the last he was playing in Greece? Wasn't that the
Yeah,
video
something like that. But
where
man,
he
the
was
guy made a
crying?
career for himself. That's all. Yeah, he was crying. Yeah, that's all I care about is that man continue playing basketball. It's Chicago at heart.
Yeah, you know, some guys, because Jabari did have some really good years.
Yeah.
Um, some guys just they storm onto, they have like 4 or 5 really good seasons. They just can't sustain it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it's like it makes you appreciate the guys who do sustain it. Um, Let me see. What did he average when he played? Holy shit! Holy shit! He's only 30 years old. Well, I guess if he was a high schooler when I was in high school, that would make sense. He's my age.
Yeah. So he's younger than Giannis. That's pretty crazy.
Fuck, he's younger than me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would have thought he's
I feel,
fucking old now, dude.
dude, he's only 30 years old and he's been out of the league since 2022.
Damn. I mean,
And he
obviously
did
injuries
play,
were a part of it, but he also is just
he averaged 14 points a game in the league.
yeah. He had
And
his
in
year in the Bulls.
27,
He had his year, right? Like I do remember that comeback story. That was a nice year.
yeah, dude, he had 14 points. The problem was we were dog shit when he was on
Yeah.
the Bulls.
It was right
But
before the latest turn with AK and stuff.
shit, like 2019, 2020, or yeah, during COVID season, he was averaging 15 points with the Hawks.
Yeah.
And then after COVID, he just never was the same. He came back, averaged 2 points a game. Celtics gave him a shot, averaged 6 points a game. He just kind of dwindled down. But I mean, his best season in 2016, which would have been right around when Giannis came in, 2016, 2017, he averaged 20 points a game. Yeah, so he was a dog, man.
He was a dog,
It's
yeah.
hard. He played a season at Duke, so he did a lot
Yeah,
of
he
shit.
did play at Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
do miss
God.
him. I think about him often because he definitely was again that Chicago soul that came in and also came through injuries. But his time in Milwaukee, he had hype when he was there. He had hype in Milwaukee.
Yeah. This is going off the rails, Dijo. Keep talking. I gotta let my dog in. She's scratching
Go
at the
right
door.
ahead. Go right ahead. As
Keep
Jamie deals
talking.
with his dogs, the next thing we're gonna cover here is a little bit of NBA talk. I think All Star Weekend happened previously this last weekend. We're gonna dive into it. I know Danny's got some interest because he was the main watcher. He spent most of his time watching. I was a little bit more an
You can't
Olympic
get on
watch while it was
camera.
happening, but I still had interest. So based on All Star Weekend, I'm not gonna have you rank it, but tell me a little bit the difference between this one and how you usually felt watching All Star Weekend. Was it better? Was it worse?
Yeah, I thought the All Star game was really good.
Yeah,
It just goes to show you, it goes to show you that all it takes is one guy caring about playing hard for that game to be a lot more palatable. And it also goes to show you that LeBron was probably the one that said, "Hey guys, let's all not give a shit about this."
yeah.
But shout out to shout out to Wemby for being a psycho
Mm-hmm.
and just being like, "I'm gonna fuck all you up," and then Anthony Edwards taking that personally.
And then
That was really
Kawhi, you
great.
gotta shout out Kawhi too, because Kawhi was
Yeah, but
11
Kawhi was
straight.
just playing at home.
Yeah, he was playing.
Um,
Yeah,
he just came in and balled out at home. And also he's been doing that for years. I mean, what I really thought was impressive was Wemby. I know this was like everyone blowing LeBron as it always is, but um, Wemby kind of came in and like his influence is a little bit like LeBron can't really say shit now. Not only is he the older statesman, but like Wemby's taking the game not just in America, but he's taking it across the pond over in France. Like he's uh, a cultural like thing. Like he's bringing European eyes to the game.
mm-hmm.
So it's like it's kind of huge. So like LeBron, like the NBA is not going to listen to LeBron anymore. You know what I mean? Like
You're
that's
right.
they got a new guy, Wemby.
Yeah, you're right. And people obviously aren't talking about. I mean, if they're talking about the dunk contest, they're talking about how it's something has got to change. I'm not on the team that's going to decide how it has to change, but the dunk contest has just really killed its own vibe because players are no longer interested. And I feel bad for the Mac McClung
Yeah.
story because he is a phenomenal talent, but he just can't no longer be known as a dunker. 3-point contest, Damian Lillard won it. Damian Lillard is still injured. He's coming off an Achilles tear, so he's not even like a full participant in practices. But to come back and win the 3-point contest, pretty interesting. Our boy Caleb got last place in the celebrity 3-point contest. That was an
Oh,
interesting
see,
sight. To have.
Saturday was my least favorite part of the
Yeah,
whole entire thing. I hated it. I hated it. And like, how disrespectful was it that they had ball playing in the celebrity?
yeah,
Him and Jeremy Lin. I'd be
absolutely
so
stupid.
disres. You have
Yeah,
Shams covering Jeremy Lin. Like,
yeah.
fuck out of here. Like
No, it's
Jeremy
like
Lin was a solid player. I don't know. Like, I find that mad disrespectful. I just also like. I was not a fan of like these poor guys. No one knows who they are in the dunk contest.
yeah,
Nobody knows who they are, and they come in and they try their very hardest to get people to give a shit about what they're doing, and nobody
yeah.
cares.
Fucking
Nobody
Jackson
cares. I mean,
Hayes, right? Like, yeah.
at this point, just get street guys, like guys who are dunkers on the street,
Mm.
and just have them do the dunk if you're not gonna,
That's a really
because
good
these
play.
guys.
Yeah. There's also not a lot of effort in terms of players like Matas Bazelis didn't want to do it because the Bulls had 3 back-to-backs when the
Mhm.
game with the Heat got postponed, so he physically just didn't feel comfortable doing it. That's the main idea is that players don't want to do it because of their health. And so dunk contests, I love that idea. Just bring like not Mac McClung, but like bring G Leaguers, bring people overseas, like come here and bring the world's best dunkers. Make the dunk contest not NBA centric. Make it like world centric. Like this is now. And another thing that really annoys me is the kind of like the trophy situation for the MVP for the All Star game. Is going back to the idea that I'm sure you've heard of Adam Silver with the idea that his strings are being pulled by a lot of the sports books. It feels I don't know if you heard.
Oh, Adam Silver is? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm
And that's the
sure.
thing that sucks that the NBA is so drowned on the idea of sponsorships and promotions that when you think of the MVP trophy, it is called the Kia MVP trophy. Like that's fine, but there's something that just grinds my gears as the NBA turns more and more into like a billboard rather than like the actual product of sport. That part's been really annoying me, and that's a little off topic, but a lot of
No,
those
no,
sports.
it's not.
But
But I'm sure that's also happening with every sport. And
yeah,
honestly, I think you're onto something, Dijo. I mean, we can probably do an entire podcast about what gambling is doing to uh what it's doing to sports in general. I mean, the influence that it has is probably taking a toll on it's definitely hurt like it's definitely changing because of it's helping all the money that gets flowed into the sport. But it's also changing guys like props and stuff like that, people caring about individual stats and stuff
yeah,
like that. It's like it definitely has an influence on it. But um, Adam Silver being uh, Adam Silver having ties to gambling is not as bad as what happened in MLB. Tony Clark getting let go for having sex with his sister-in-law.
yeah. That was
Um,
actually crazy. Yeah,
that's pretty
yeah, that
fucking
was
nuts.
fucking
That's
nuts.
pretty nuts. I know
Yeah,
there was other shit that went into it, but that being like the final straw was him hiring
yeah.
his sister-in-law just to have sex with her. Like, what world are we living in right now?
No, you're right, and I heard that on another podcast, obviously, and right when I heard that, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like this is the world we live in, man. This is daily, happening in the daily. It's crazy.
It's crazy because these storylines, like, they're so unbelievable, but they're happening every day.
Yeah, every single day.
Like, there's like these crazy, and not even like political. Like, if you just pay attention to like some sports stuff. Like if you're just a sports fan, like there's storylines that are going out that are just like that are just I don't know like maybe we know a little bit too much that's going on in the sports world. I didn't need to know Tony Clark is having sex with his sister-in-law.
Yeah, that was getting a little bit too deep.
No,
But back to the All Star game. If you have anything else to cover, I mean,
no, that's
from
all.
my end here, I enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. I was on Olympic watch, but then the Olympics obviously had a break in between. So I enjoyed it. I thought Adam Silver when he presented the trophy at the end to Anthony Edwards, that was a nice moment for Anthony Edwards because he obviously started he tried playing and they won. It was Team World versus Team Star versus Team Stripes. Team World got knocked out, so then it was just Stars versus Stripes, which is old versus young NBA, and young NBA ended up taking the win there. So that was an interesting part for me. I did not watch the skills challenge or any of that bullshit. I didn't watch any of those, but All Star game I enjoyed. So hopefully in the future things are getting a little bit better. But there's not many
You
All
know
Star
what?
games in general other than the MLB All Star Weekend that for me is like truly
Yeah,
by the one that still holds the most like truth to it.
yeah, but the MLB like it's a little different because those guys like I don't know, you could still like the uh the worry about injury is not as that much, that's it's not there like it is. It's not prevalent as it is in basketball and football. Um, I don't know how you fix the Pro Bowl.
Oh yeah,
I just like guys are too afraid to get hurt. And also like I'm not gonna lie, like if somebody wanted Caleb Williams to play in the Pro Bowl this year, I'd be like, fuck no.
mm-hmm.
Fuck no. I wouldn't want him. I don't like when he plays in the preseason.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't touch my quarterback.
There's
You
just no
guys could have
point. It's
Tyson.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
you
it's
guys
just
could
it's
have
just fun
Bajent.
games.
You guys could
Yeah,
have Bajent.
dude.
Like the Cardinals want Bajent.
You know how they asked? I'm sure you heard the report that they asked Justin Fields to join the Pro Bowl before
Hmm.
Shador Sanders. Bro, like that's delete it. Delete the Pro Bowl if Justin Fields. No disrespect to Justin as a player, because obviously we know him being Bears fans, but I just can't.
No.
I can't vision that having any sustenance in the future if Justin Fields is like your Pro Bowl level quarterback.
Yeah. So I got a fix
Okay,
for the Saturday. I think would be a lot more interesting than anything that they do.
we're talking
Especially
football
now with
still
like,
or football or
oh, this
basketball?
is basketball. This is
Okay,
basketball.
okay.
I say fuck the three-point competition because now everyone can hit a three-pointer. It's not as interesting anymore.
Good point. Yeah.
get rid of the skills competition because that kind of comes like you kind of need to know how to fucking pass the ball and dribble the ball if you're going to be in the fucking NBA. So get rid of the celebrity all-star game. Here's something I'd like to see, and I know everyone's doing the wash take. I forgot who started the black versus white team.
Oh,
Um, blacks versus whites. I think it
yeah.
might have been part of my take that
I think it
started
was
it,
Jay
and then
Wright. I think
everyone.
it was Jay Wright on whatever that show is. But no, I think I heard about this all over Twitter the day it happened, which caught my eye.
Well, it's been going on for the last like year or so. Like
Yeah,
everyone's been talking about it, and like it's just been slowly. I do. I would love to see a one-on-one tournament.
that would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I've been watching the WNBA 1v1 tournament. It's
Yeah, the
been getting
Unrivaled.
heated. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
getting heated, and I'm just saying, like, give me that. And here's what you could do. If you want to draw out Saturday a little bit, do it by weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do a weight class style tournament where you do the top 8 centers and the top 8 power forwards and the top 8 small forwards, point guards and shooting guards, and then the winner of those tournaments get some type of prize.
That I
Shit,
love that idea. Oh, that would
give
be
them a
so much
week
fun.
off. Give them a week off at the end of the
That'd
season.
be so much
You know,
fun
they all that's all
because
they
then you'd
want.
get you'd get like a Kyrie versus Curry matchup or like a fucking something else that's like super
Yeah.
exciting. Like
Wemby versus Gobert would be
yeah,
so fun.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Like, like you just get or small forward is obviously the light heavyweight division
Mm-hmm.
equivalent for the UFC. Like that's like, can you imagine Anthony Edwards and Kevin Durant or something
That was
like
my
that?
first thought. Yeah, it would be like Anthony Edwards or like Paulo Banchero, just like a random matchup like that. And like that'd be
Or like
sick.
LeBron and anyone really.
Yeah, and the same risk that you get from playing an All-Star game, it would be substantially less being a one-on-one tournament because you're playing up to 3 or up to 5. You're playing maybe for
Yeah.
4 minutes, and then every player plays and they watch and they have fun. And it's like, and then the winner is your MVP. The winner is your one-on-one MVP. That
Yeah,
would be a
so
lot of fun.
I'd like to see that
Mm-hmm.
and over anything, and also like I don't think they'd go 100%. Like running with your head down in a one-on-one game isn't really
Mm-hmm.
successful. That's not really a successful thing. Like you're really like looking to pump fake
Yeah,
and
they
fake
would
out your
be.
opponent.
Another idea onto that would be remove the 3-point line and make it 21.
Yeah,
Make it 21. Make it the people who can shoot aren't shooting threes all the time, right? They're doing long twos, and at that point, it's just like a real game of 21, 3-on-3.
dude, 21 gets real exciting. Like
It does.
if you're playing like an actual game, like
You
it's
can put on a
sometimes
real
I
NBA
don't know.
court. Yeah,
Yeah, for like normal guys like us, 21's like a really competitive game. It's a really fun. Like you could pass a lot of time. Like I'm sure with NBA players, it's annoying because they could hit mid-range jumpers
dude. Yeah, I
like
remember growing up
automatic.
playing 21 with friends, and it would be like, oh damn, okay, like let's play pig now, or let's play 21 again. I played 21 with my buddies like a few weeks ago at the gym, and like we stopped. We were just like, do you guys, is anyone else gonna hit 21? And I was like, nah. Like okay, let's stop. Like it was like we've reached like 11. Like okay, like I don't have the energy
Yeah,
for 21, dude. Like it takes a lot of fucking work. It's like more than an
especially
NBA game.
when somebody fucking when you hit a what is it when you hit like when you go over 21 and you go back to what like 13?
Yeah. Then you're
Yeah,
just like,
that's not.
I stop fucking caring. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than when you're stuck and you have to hit a three and like you keep just trying to like cherry pick a rebound
Yeah.
and you kick it out to the corner and you try to pop a three and you keep missing.
Hmm.
There's nothing worse
And then
than
you got to
that.
run on defense, and you're just fucking.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, like the other 2 players are catching up on you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I hate that.
absolute mess. But back to NBA talk here. As you guys can tell, there's not much sports going on right now because we're just kind of joshing, going back and forth. But I had one thing that I did want to tell you here. This also happened throughout the All-Star break. Most people talked about it. We might have not covered it last week, but there's a post that Shams posted about Malik Beasley, and I'm not sure if you heard about it or not. But free agent guard Malik Beasley has signed a deal to play in Puerto Rico for Grammy Award-winning artist Bad Bunny's team, the Santurce Crabbers. Both parties were content with the deal, and that His season begins in March. Beasley, most people know, is under investigation from the NBA and the FBI for gambling allegations. He also
Oh,
led he also led the league in three pointers made when he was in the NBA. Still not on this restriction of not being able to play because of the allegations. But this came out, and honestly, I was super interested by this conversation because this sounds like a fun summer league that he's kind of joining in to kind of showcase his skills and just go and drop 50 a night. And this is for Bad Bunny's team. So Bad Bunny, who just did the halftime show, now has this
Bad
guy who just got
Bunny.
blamed for cheating and blamed for throwing games by gambling on his team. Like, that's in Puerto Rico. This is we never get this kind of sports talk. We never get this kind of sports talk. This is
No,
it's all over the
I
place.
don't hate it.
I
I
don't
don't
hate
hate
it
it.
either. Yeah, this just caught my eye because I was so struck by this, being like, I thought this was a joke at first, but reading into it, I'm like, this is cool. This is cool.
Yeah, and there's gonna be gambling addicts that are now gonna
Yeah,
go and start gambling on Puerto Rican basketball games. No, I think it's an interesting, and I'm sure Terry Rozier will follow him, and
yeah.
I'm sure they're gonna, I know Israel's got a league. I know a lot of guys are playing in Serbia now.
Tel Aviv, yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I apparently Serbia's games are fucking lit.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently their games go fucking nuts. They got like fireworks and smoke bombs and shit like that. Um,
Way
and then
different
obviously
atmosphere.
Spain, Greece. So there's all over.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over. But yeah, I mean, um, that'd be cool if like Puerto Rico. I don't know. Everyone talks about developing. Like the NFL's been talking about developing a team in Europe, but it's like, dude, put a team in Mexico, put a team in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they're in the same time zone as West and what is Puerto Rico's closer to the East Coast, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So like do that. That'd be much better.
And
And
like
I'm
the
sure
NFL is taking that seriously. The NFL is taking that direction seriously. With they are gonna put a team in Mexico very soon.
Mexico City would be sick. Um, but like, can you imagine being a gazillionaire sports athlete and getting to live in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
And you play games in Puerto
Listen,
Rico?
I'd rather play
Yeah.
in Puerto Rico than like fucking Memphis. You know what I mean?
Well, and think about how much money. Think about how much money is going to be funneled into Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
you're
Like,
so right.
how much
So
that
right.
island can like really use that
Mm-hmm.
revenue. The London doesn't fucking need NFL. They
Yeah,
make they make enough money on their own. They don't need fucking
they have their own
the
franchises.
NBA.
You know.
Yeah, Europe in general just doesn't need American
Mm-hmm.
sports. They just
Yeah.
don't need us. Like you look at those soccer contracts. Like they're fine. Like they're all doing good. Those that like they don't need us. But and then like NFL was talking about trying to, reach out into Brazil and Australia. Get the fuck out of here. Like you're gonna make people fly 14 fucking hours to do a football game. Like, come on, man. I don't know. I just go Mexico City would be sick. Um, and then yeah, obviously Puerto Rico would be badass. Would be my next one. And then maybe like Samoa. Because God
Samoa.
knows there's enough Samoan fucking players on defense.
Yeah. No, very very good point. Um, we got a lot of time left, so I was gonna ask you if you wanted to go ahead and cover a little bit of college basketball. If you want to cover a little bit of Olympics, we can definitely go
Yeah.
through both here. Take your pick on what kind of you feel like going through first.
It's fresh on my mind. I'd like to talk a little bit of ice hockey
Oh,
Olympics.
okay.
Um,
Yeah,
this,
let's hear it.
today was crazy. I
It
did
was
not
cool.
get a lot of work. I did not get a lot of work done because it was madness. Basically, Slovakia opened up, kicking the shit out of Germany, 6-2. It kind of felt like it was going to be one of those days, and then out of nowhere, Czechia against Canada, a team that beat them like 5-0 a couple days ago, comes in, scores a late goal to go up 3-2, and then loses a heartbreaker in overtime. Andre Palat, Pasternak, David Pasternak, those guys had huge games. Pasternak scored to tie the game. Palat scored to take the 3-2 lead. That game was one of the craziest hockey games I've seen in a long time. And then Switzerland and Finland had an all-out banger. Um, Absolute classic of a game. Finland skating by the hair of their teeth
Yeah.
to win that game 3-2. Uh, Finland and Canada. Finland is a really talented team. They're the defending champions. Um, they've gotten off to a slow start because they lost to Slovakia 4-1. My dog keeps hitting my camera as I'm talking about
But no,
hockey.
you're okay. I haven't noticed
Okay.
even. That's right.
Yeah, no, she's like I'm petting her paw and she just keeps kicking the camera. Um, so you got that. So Finland and Canada will be a really good game. Canada's defense kind of looked a little shot, but like I am that those two games were so much fun, and I haven't even gotten to the main event. United States for Sweden. Holy fucking shit, my butthole just got unclenched. And that game was a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Sweden. Um, just what a fucking game. United States played really well, kept it in there, kept it in the Swedish side for a long time. I think it was Markstrom was in net for Sweden. Um, he had like something like 42 saves. So eventually Zibanejad scored to tie the game on us. We went into overtime and fucking Quinn Hughes, baby, just fucking untied that game.
He fucking launched a
U.S.
missile, dude.
Ooh. Well, what people didn't see was the poke check by Larkin
Oh.
uh, before that set up that goal. Sweden was putting together a little bit of a run, and Larkin, close to the boards, came in and just slapped his stick on I forgot who the Swedish player was, but he just fucking poked the puck away, set up a nice little chance for the U.S., and then Hughes just rocketed it into the fucking net to win the game. What a fucking game! That was an excellent game. U.S. Slovakia on Friday. Oh, it's gonna be fucking cinema. Um, and then Canada and Finland, and then maybe we get another U.S. Canada matchup. But
That's what people are
U.S.
hoping
needs to.
for. Yeah.
Well, both U.S. and Canada need to get their shit together. Finland can beat Canada. Slovakia could beat us.
Hmm.
So we really need to fucking put it together. Everyone says Canada and U.S. are these powerhouses that can't be beat. But if anyone's watched international hockey, Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, Czechia, which they're Czech Republic to me until the day I die, even Germany and Switzerland, like they had a lot of talented players. Latvia been competitive in these events the last couple of years. Obviously, Canada's come away in some of the bigger moments, but Finland won the Olympic tournament a couple not too long ago. Sweden won the World Juniors this year. So I mean, yeah, man, it's not as one-sided as everyone thinks it is.
Yeah, as the league starts to grow worldwide, which hockey's been growing way more popular than other, American popular sports, just because of the country's origin. Like countries in cold weather love hockey, so it's it's tough to sit here and say that the U.S. and Canada are going to be for decades to come the two powerhouses that may be as as you see in the FIBA World Cup, where it's like France is coming back. France is the new competition to the U.S. because the NBA is filled with French players. But I'm excited to see how this matchup goes. I love rooting for the United States. I understand Canada's the good matchup. That's what everyone wants. That's what everyone wants. They want the what was the hockey All-Star game again?
The four-nation face-off.
Four-nation face-off, right? People want that. People want that feeling again, and honestly, I'm for it. So I'm really excited. I'm glad you brought that up because hockey was the one sport that I didn't watch much. I did watch Team USA versus Germany, which was a pretty interesting matchup. But I've been on the other side of things. I've been more on the I've been watching a lot of curling. I've been watching a lot of ice skating duos. A little bit more on the fun artistic side of things, which has been quite interesting because thank you to my girlfriend, she gave me Peacock. So Peacock, I have now free Olympic coverage, so I just put it on whenever I need. And the I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I think it's the biathlon. It's the one where they go cross country skiing and then they go shooting, and like that was a really fun one too because that was Italy's first gold that they won at this Olympics. So that happened a few days ago. It's been really, really interesting watching because it's nice to get a different flow. I'm not watching basketball. All-Star Weekend was kind of over, and this has been a really interesting part. And then spring training, I've been really diving deep into what is going on in baseball spring training. But Olympics, man, you gotta ingest it before it's gone. We got
Yeah.
5 days
Well,
left.
I'm a huge figure skating fan. I shouldn't say I'm a huge fan. I'm one of those people who, similar to what I do with gymnastics in the Summer Olympics, once every 4 years, I really care about figure skating and gymnastics, and
Yeah,
I act like I'm a professional in those fields because I read some article and I care about and I watch it
yeah.
every 4 years. Um, I really have. I've been heartbroken over some of the U.S. collapses, and I've been simping over Alyssa Liu. Um, she's honestly like
She's really sweet. She's great for skating.
sweet, a lot of fun, anime lover. She's kind of like a little punk rock, a little bit, which I really dig because like everyone in that sport is super just like I'm the most classiest person in the world.
Hmm.
And she's like, fuck it. Like, I'm just here to have fun. Uh, she's like some punky chick from Oakland, which I love. Um, but I also love Amber Glenn. She's the
Yeah,
veteran. She's 26 years old. She broke I was really heartbroken for her
yeah.
last night when she didn't get the rotations, which I still don't understand. I know someone was saying like when she landed that, I popped because I thought it was great. I thought it was great. And they were like, she's going to get 0 points for it. I was like, she didn't fall. The fuck? And they're like, she said she was going to do 3 rotations and not two, and she only did two. I was like, well, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Two's hard. Let me see you guys get your fat fucking asses
Exactly.
up
Yeah,
and do two
exactly. That's my
rotations.
first thought always. Is like,
How dare you? How dare you give her 0 points
yeah,
as you're sitting there fucking mouth breathing at the fucking panel while she just perfectly nails two fucking rotations
yeah.
on a loop? And you're like 0 points. You're everything you've
I
worked
know.
your entire life for is over.
Fucking
What the fuck?
flew 10 hours, slept on a cardboard mattress, and fucking
Yeah, you
did
can't give
two
her a
two
fucking C
flips. Yeah,
plus, especially after she just did a 3 rotation spin. I
yeah,
don't know. That fucking gets me so mad. They're like, "Oh, you can't do that." It's like, who? She didn't fall, and
yeah.
the same thing for Malkin or the quad god guy.
The quad guy.
Um,
Yeah,
although I felt really bad for him, but look, he he did that to himself.
hmm
He did that to himself. Homeboy was cocky.
yeah. Sometimes
Like
when you
he
involve
had
your own hype, right? He did get what was coming for him.
he made his own nickname like that. We saw it happen to Simone Biles. Like, who was the girl in tennis that it happened to, and she took a mental health, and not Coco Gauff. Who's
Is that
the Asian girl?
Naomi Osaka?
Yeah, Osaka's where she went in and got upset, and then she had to take like a 4 year
Yeah,
hiatus because of mental health.
yeah.
Yeah, like dude, like when you think your shit don't stink and then you fuck it up. Like I don't know, I wasn't as heartbroken for him as I was for Amber Glenn
Yeah.
because she kind of like she she knew it was going to be a very competitive field. Like she went for like a really tough move and she didn't land it perfectly. Um, but she didn't fall. Quad got over here, fell twice, and was saying he's the only guy who could do certain moves. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to shit on him because he's an American guy, and I know he was saying he was having mental issues, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Let back up your talk, and if you don't fucking win, fucking take the blows.
You're on the largest national
You
stage.
know,
Yeah, like I do get being cocky. I do get it, but at the end of the day, you're on the biggest national stage. There should
yeah,
be a percentage of you in your mind being like, I could fuck this up in front of everyone.
100%. Like I don't know, like that. I know a lot of people say stay humble, and
Hmm.
some people like that's a split thing. Some people talk about being humble is shitty, but then like a guy like Michael Jordan, who's not humble at all,
Yeah.
like people are like, I kind of like the arrogant athlete, but like my thing is like if you're gonna talk a lot of shit and you're gonna say I'm the best in the world, no one, I've won everything I've done for the last 2 years. Eat crow when you fucking lose.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
exactly.
why I've always respected Conor McGregor. That's why he talks a lot of shit, but you've never seen Conor McGregor be like, I want to kill myself when he
Hmm.
loses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's just
he
like
gets back right
back
up.
to the
Yeah,
drawing board.
he goes onto Twitter, does a live, talks more shit, and is like, yeah, he beat me, like he was better, and Conor
Yeah,
McGregor always comes back. He always comes back to
yeah.
fight. That's the one thing that I
I'm.
do love seeing about these people. It's like I think he's got a fight coming up, right? Like something was planned out
They're
for him.
from. He's always got a fight coming up.
I saw there was Tyson versus Mayweather is happening.
Well, Ronda Rousey's back. She's
Ronda
fighting that.
Rousey, yes, Ronda Rousey's
Yeah,
back. Uh huh.
Ronda Rousey's fighting that girl that got kicked off. I don't know. I can't speak on it. She did something like political where the right wing backed her up and the lefties wanted her gone. Um, I don't know. I have no. I don't remember it. I don't really care. I don't really follow that shit. But all I know is she got canceled,
Mm-hmm.
and she was a former MMA fighter. She lost she was actually 6-0 before she got knocked out by Cyborg, Chris Cyborg. So um, no, it'll be really interesting to see. But dude, like, there's just some athletes we've said this with Rogers who are the most unlikable people in the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey might be the most unlikable human being
You think so?
that I
I
think.
don't know
Do,
much about her
do I think
personally.
so?
I don't know much
Do
about her
I think?
personally.
Oh well, so I could speak a little bit to it because I'm a UFC fan, but I'm also a wrestling fan, and she
Yeah.
basically showed up in wrestling, and she shit all over the art of wrestling and all over the people that watch it, and just basically was roasting everything about that culture. My dog is snoring into the microphone right now. So I promise you guys I'm not having a heart problem. My dog is just snoring into the microphone.
Yeah.
Um, I'm rubbing her arm, and she loves it when I rub her arm. Like I'm giving her little arm scratches, and her eyes immediately close. And if I stop doing this, she'll start barking.
Okay.
But she falls asleep when I do it, and she's like immediately goes into snore mode
So
when I
it's
start doing it.
management. Gotta. This guy knows management.
I know, I know. Yeah, you gotta take care of the babies. But
Yeah.
um, no, she funny we were talking about fighters who when they lost they collapsed. She wasn't really even talking shit. She just didn't think she could be beat. And
Mm-hmm.
then Holly Holm came and knocked her in the next Tuesday. And then she got beat and knocked out by Amanda Nunes.
Oh man.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so she lost 2 fights in a row and she ran away from the sport and she like burned all these fucking bridges. And it's like, dude, you lost to two of the best fighters of all time.
This
There's
is
no
how it
shame in
goes.
it.
This is how it
There's
goes.
no shame in it. You're still a pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
And she just basically killed her legacy with the UFC because she was basically their first big time UFC female draw. And that there's a lot of weight to that. But she just burned every bridge that she had in the UFC. She ran away. She took some time off and then she showed up in the WWE. And she also wasn't doing what Logan Paul's doing now. Logan
Yeah.
Paul is working full time and he identifies himself as a professional wrestler. He's on every show, and he's phenomenal at his job. Ronda Rousey worked maybe 5 times a year, and she would show up and she would say, "Everyone cater to me. I should be paid more than everyone. I'm better than everyone," and she rubbed all her coworkers wrong and she basically insulted all the wrestling fans, all the professional wrestlers. There's a really popular, if you want to watch something interesting, Becky Lynch, who's maybe the Michael Jordan of female wrestling, went on air. It might have been Ariel Helwani, and she shot on Ronda Rousey. So what people might not know, there's a lot of wrestling terminology I'm using here. So for people who aren't fluent in WWE mark terminology, a shoot interview is when a wrestler does an interview and breaks character and basically shits on an employee
Oh.
or a coworker. So like
So it's like
if
honest truth.
me yeah, so like if you and wrestlers will call it going into business for themselves because when they do that, they basically kill any momentum that the other person would have. Becky did something where her character was kind of the arrogant asshole. So she she would go on to interviews and she would shit on people, but it would be hard to tell which one was a work, which a work means she's just doing a bit, basically. She's doing a character interpretation thing. But she actually went on this interview. She like she broke her character because at the time she wasn't wrestling. She'd stepped away because she had a kid, and she just really talked about how disrespectful it was for Ronda to come in,
Hmm.
basically kick all these women who have made this their livelihood to the side, and then be like, "This is too hard for me. I'm walking away." And Becky said, like, "You've only worked 5 days. We do this every day. Like this is our lives. We live in Marriott hotels, like, and you're shitting on everything that we do here." And she was like, "Good riddance to her." So, um, yeah, no, it was a interesting interview, and then Rhonda had a lot to say, and then I went in 2022. I went to SummerSlam in Detroit. Might have been 2023, but she wrestled Shayna Baszler. It was her last wrestling match. She got booed out of the building.
Damn. Okay.
She got booed out of the building. Imagine a Ford Field booked to capacity, all of Detroit sitting there, and people are chanting, boring,
Mm.
boring. And then after the match, people just, nah, 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 nah. Like people were
Yeah.
basically kicked her out of the
Kicking her
sport.
out,
Like,
man.
yeah, it's just she's a very unlikable person.
And that's the side of things that I'm not so I'm so surface level sports that I've never dived deep into the excess of different sports and different types. But this is new to me. Ronda Rousey. We all recognize who Ronda Rousey is in her history, but the moment that she was joined into the wrestling academy, like I had no fucking idea what was going on. But
Yeah,
sounds
and
like a piece of
I
shit.
apologize. I'm the chubby kid that grew up in the Attitude Era. And I spent more time in my life sitting in front of a TV watching Monday Night Raw than I probably should have had in my life. Like I've just consumed too much wrestling. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to brag because it's not much to brag about, but I do know everything there is about wrestling 'cause that's
That's
all
good.
I
Man, we're gonna have a
consume.
guest on. We're gonna have a guest on someday, and we're gonna go into a deep dive and see what I know and see what I can learn here. Because
Dude, you know
I
what's
have some
funny about
interesting.
wrestling? It's what's funny about wrestling is like people who consider themselves casual or they say I know nothing about wrestling, they end up knowing a lot more than they
Mm,
think about wrestling.
that's a good point.
Like you probably if you sat down and I was like, Dijo, write down what you know about wrestling, you could probably fill a couple pages of what you know about
No, you're
wrestling.
right. Off of what I know
Like, you know what I
socially and
mean?
what I know growing up. Again, I grew up with friends that were all in love with this. You know, all the storylines of all the people, and I could. You're totally right.
Yeah, because I've sat down with people where they're like, I've never watched an ounce of wrestling in my life. I don't know anything about it. And then we get to talking, and they're like, "Hey, do you remember when Stone Cold attacked Booker T in a shopping, in a like a Jewel Osco, and they fought?" And I was like, "I'm like, yeah. So I thought you didn't know anything about wrestling."
Hmm.
And so like, yeah, no, uh, girls literally like I could if you start talking about wrestling while females are around, like their private areas will dry up.
Yeah,
Um,
they'll
they
just
they like implode.
evaporate.
Like nothing makes a guy more unfuckable than him talking about wrestling to a female.
Well, then welcome to
Like,
the podcast,
yeah,
boys.
dude,
Welcome to the
dude,
podcast, boys.
like no, because there's some sports where you could talk to a girl about. You could be like, hey, want to go watch women's soccer or I don't know, football is pretty universal no
Mm.
matter. But if you sit down and you're like, hey, babe, want to sit down and watch John Cena's final match with me? You will come off. You will come off so unfuckable.
But imagine how incredible it would be if you found someone that said yes to
I
watch the
don't
match.
know, dude.
Does that
That
exist? Does
I
that exist?
if that no, because a lot of those girls that like wrestling, they're like dropped on their head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
A
you
little
know what
bit,
I mean?
yeah.
They're like,
I
you
was
know
gonna
what
say
I
the
mean?
same thing.
They're a little simple jack.
Yeah.
They're not all there. I don't know. I think if there was something that would be sick to find a girl that likes, I think video games. I think video games, like a girl that could play some video games, that you guys could sit down and do like a campaign together would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
A girl that likes video games. Obviously for me, big one's movies. I kind of like a movie geek.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do I.
Dude, Can we? I don't know if I'm talking ill of your girlfriend here, but like I know you are a guy who likes movies,
Yeah, go ahead.
right?
Yeah.
Does your girlfriend like movies too?
You would be, yeah, you'd be surprised.
Okay,
She's more into movies than I am.
perfect,
So right now she's
perfect,
doing like an Oscar rewatch.
perfect.
She's rewatching all the Oscar
Oh,
movies.
dude, perfect.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you ever sat down with somebody on a date and they've never watched a fucking like
They can't tell
movie,
you what their favorite movie is. It's like I
or
like
they
this.
don't
And it's like,
understand like simple stuff like Forrest Gump shit?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
ugh,
No, tell me about it. It's so referenced in my brain more than anything. Is
yeah,
like the cinema that I've contained, the cinema that I've taken in, ingested. Yeah, it's that lives
yeah.
with me, and most of the relationships I'm in, it's either me trying to teach this person about what I love about cinema, or me and this person going head to head, being like, okay, we're both locked in, we both love this. So, yeah, my girlfriend's doing the
Yeah,
Oscar rewatch right now, so that's a little piece of that.
that's so awesome.
I definitely needed someone who was interested in film and television and had references to that. It wasn't just like
What's her movie of 2025? Is she by you?
no, she's not by me right now, but she loved Hamnet. Hamnet was
Okay,
one of
Hamnet.
her favorites. Um, my favorite, but it wasn't. I don't think it was in this listing. Was Mickey 17 was my by far my favorite movie that I've watched in the last year. That one was like
Okay.
I think about it almost every single day. That storyline is so original. She really hated F1. F1 was a movie that she disliked a lot because she said it was one big ad, which makes sense.
Yeah,
That,
it's
that
an
makes
ad
sense.
for Apple basically in F1.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's Wuthering Heights. She really loved that Emma Stone movie, Bugonia.
Oh, the one where she gets abducted and she's an alien.
Yes, I
That
think it's
one
called
was really
Bugonia.
good.
Or yeah, like she loved that one.
Begonia, Begonia.
Begonia.
Yeah,
Yeah, she loved that
Begonia
one.
was really fucking good. Did she watch Marty Supreme?
No, not yet. That is our next. That is next on the list.
Dude,
I want to watch
Marty
those.
Supreme.
Yeah,
Did you? Oh, okay, you two gotta watch Marty Supreme. I
yeah,
fucking love that movie.
yeah. That one is
I
on the
fucking
list. But I
love
told her
that
like,
movie.
don't watch it without me because I want to go see it in theaters, obviously. So
Yeah. I hated what's the one with Sydney Sweeney? The bridesmaid or the housemaid or whatever. The
yeah,
one where
this.
she's like a dude, what a stupid fucking movie. What a stupid fuck. It was literally just like an hour and a half. Look how big Sydney Sweeney's tits are. And then the last 30 minutes, they
Mhm.
finally get into the storyline. Like it literally for an hour and a half, they just do Sydney Sweeney and sex scenes.
Yeah,
And then the last 30 minutes is like, oh yeah, we're doing a movie. Here's the
yeah,
storyline.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's no.
yeah.
I
Sorry, we got caught up in Sydney Sweeney's nude body. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't. It's Sydney Sweeney and a lot of those other characters and actors. Like I don't. If they have a movie coming out, I wait for it to kind of dim down a little bit before I see it when it goes on streaming. Just because like, even with Timothy Chalamet and Marty Supreme, like I waited a long time to go see it because I wanted to get the reviews in. My brother said something different. My brother's girlfriend said something different. My friends love it.
mhm.
Like there's so many different versions of it to where now I feel so comfortable. A movie I'm forgetting though that wasn't in the Oscars watch that I just watched recently in theaters was 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.
Oh, that was
Ooh,
good.
ooh, I liked
That
that
was
one.
good.
That series is one of those movies that like you should go watch it at some point in your life. That is the best zombie storyline I think of all the zombie storylines. I mean,
I think
Walking Dead's
so.
good, but like that one is so fucking good, and they left it up to another movie. Obviously, so there's gonna be a fourth one. I don't know what it looks like, but 28 Years Later, masterpiece. Recommend. I'm not definitely not gonna spoil anything, but for the listeners, that was a killer movie.
Yeah, that first movie was one of the very first movies. I was a young lad when that movie came out. And that had who was the main character? Peaky Blinders guy was in
Cillian Murphy.
it. Yeah, he was the main character, and that I remember I had never seen someone do zombies like that.
Yeah.
Like it was very and I know everyone loves Train to Busan, but Train to Busan kind of took a lot of influence from how they did zombies to how
Yeah.
uh 28 days later started the whole zombie thing. I never really liked the walker thing with um with Walking Dead. That was
Yeah.
that was never my thing. Walking Dead it's a tad bit overrated.
I
A
loved the
tad bit.
first like 3 seasons when I was into it, but then it
It was
just
really
ended up
good,
being
yeah.
so. It didn't progress so deeply, and then they had the season where like they killed off the main character and then he wasn't killed off
Yeah.
and blah blah and whatever, and like that's when I kind of lost interest. Yeah, they're going two main
Also,
directions.
there's a lot of people that are very upset because a lot of people think that Negan character completely ripped off professional
Oh,
wrestling.
oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
He's
Oh,
a
that's a
he
good
is a
point.
wrestling heel.
Yeah,
He is a wrestling heel, and he used the spiked bat, which
yeah.
is basically Mick Foley uh, when he was Cactus Jack. Used this barbed wire bat, which is
Hmm.
exactly what Negan uses, and he even admitted that stealing that. But like that's basically all Negan
Yeah.
is like a heel, a
He's just a
wrestling heel.
rewrite. Yeah, he's a rewrite in a different show, and he played the character really well, obviously, because like he did he was part of that show for a very long time. But the second I did see that character, I was like, there wasn't a lot of he wasn't he was just like a replacement. He wasn't like a
Yeah,
he wasn't original. It wasn't a very original written character, but he did play a good role in that.
put Negan up against like prime Chris Jericho,
Yeah,
and like there's no difference. They're the
there's yeah,
same. They're the same character.
no, exactly,
Negan just also a little bit racist that he killed the Asian guy.
exactly, yes.
A little fucked up. He
See, now
killed the
this
Asian
is all
guy.
coming back to me now. Yeah, this
Yeah,
storyline. Yeah, 'cause I love that actor. I forgot what his name was. That was his big break too. Like he did a lot of good shows and movies after that. Yeah, I was a big fan of him. I can't
and it
remember.
made no sense because it wasn't like he was the leader of the group.
Yeah.
He and I know they were like, it's so fucked up. He killed the husband of the child. But like, what would have made a lot of sense is if he fucking did that to Rick.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If he fucking killed the leader of the group, or he killed the, I don't know if the white trash guy was there yet, the bow guy. Why
Yeah.
not kill that dude? That guy's a problem.
Hmm.
But yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a lovely conversation. It's been a lovely conversation. But now that we hit an hour here of movies talk, Olympic talk, wrestling talk, I want to cover the last little topic here and maybe pick your head a little bit on what you have expecting with the NCAA men's basketball coming up. So that's in less than a month. Everyone will have their brackets filled or nearly filled. If you have any topics you want to cover, because we've had a few injuries, we've had a few late game heroics, Nebraska's falling, Iowa State wins. Like there's a lot of different teams out here with different outcomes. So teach me a little bit something. Teach me a little something, things I should know.
Yeah.
Nuggets of truth here.
Well, so JT Toppin and Caleb Wilson, um, those are heartbreakers, and for a couple reasons. Because JT Toppin and Caleb Wilson, they were projected lottery guys. They're also projected to be right where the Bulls are going to be picking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a little bit heartbreaking in the sense that not only are these two really good players, but Texas Tech and North Carolina, two very good programs who are having great seasons, absolutely suck without Caleb Wilson and JT Toppin.
Yeah.
Like those two guys are their team's offensive production, bar none, bar none. Texas Tech is a little bit more well-rounded than North Carolina when it comes to them having another star to go along with JT Toppin. JT Toppin's just so fucking good. He demands the ball a lot more. But North Carolina doesn't really have anyone that could score to the bucket other than Caleb Wilson. Like,
Yeah.
he was their heart and soul of that team. So those were really tough because those were two teams that they're going to be in the tournament still, but now it's going to be, for betting purposes, it's going to suck because North Carolina, Texas Tech, they'll probably be around uh, 6, 7 seeds, or maybe a 5 seed, and then you're 6, 7. You're not gonna get any underdog points for
Yeah.
picking a 12 seed that's going up against them because those teams are. Although Caleb Wilson is he will be back for the ACC tournament.
Okay.
He's working on dribbling with his other hand. He's got the hand wrapped. Um, an interesting thing that could happen with how stacked this draft is, and I want people to hear me out because this is where the Bulls stacking up a bunch of seconds makes a lot of sense. JT Toppin, torn ACL. Maybe teams don't. Maybe he drops and falls in the draft, and the Bulls are able to trade back into the first round,
Mm-hmm.
and you basically get two lottery style players drafting someone with your original pick, and then when you trade into the late first, you're able to grab JT Toppin, who's
Yeah.
sitting there with a torn
No matter
ACL.
how you look at it, they're
Just
assets.
saying.
The second round picks
Yeah.
are assets, and exactly the way that you're looking at it, Io, like so many good players came from the second round here that still brought production to Chicago. So I like that direction. I don't mind. I mean, injuries are injuries, but we're living in the most progressive era of basketball where players can come back from a torn Achilles in 8.5 months. Like we're seeing the best in medical performance. But back to the college basketball side, is there anything that happened in the last 2 weeks other than injuries? Is it upsets or a win that to you kind of spoke the most?
There's been some really crazy games. Monday has been must watch because they put crazy games. Like Kansas has come out and I think they beat Arizona. Arizona's now lost 2 games in a row. But
Mm-hmm.
then Iowa State came and beat. They came out and they beat Kansas, and then last Monday beat Houston, or this Monday beat Houston. So there's been a lot of banger games. Saturday, Duke and Michigan are playing.
That's gonna be
Those are two top.
yeah,
Those are two of the best teams. Florida's been heating up. They look really fucking good, and they're kind of blowing out everyone. Arkansas's really heating up here too. So, um, as far as standing out for me, it'll be interesting to see BYU. So, Richie Saunders tore his ACL. He's
yes,
kind of one of the big three in BYU. So, Dabonsa is going to have to really step up there for BYU. They've kind of, the mystique has kind of gone away a little bit around that team. When they started, they were kind of like, America's sweethearts, and then Arizona had a big season. Big 12 was stacked, so BYU kind of like the hype train kind of left them. Michigan's really interesting right now because they look unbeatable.
yeah, they look
Like
good.
they look so good. They're kind of like the NIL darlings right now because half their team is transfer portal guys. Um, Obviously, I'm a huge John Shire guy. I love Duke.
Yeah,
Uh, I wouldn't say I love Duke. I like Duke. I like Duke under John Shire. I got a little tired of it with Coach K,
mm-hmm.
but I really like the Boozer boys. I've been watching both Caden and Caden. What is Caden's? What's the other one's name? Cameron and Caden.
Cameron, yeah,
Uh, yeah, they both have been balling and they've been fun to watch. Kansas, I've been Darren Peterson. It's really interesting with the load management that they're doing with him,
yeah,
and I know that a lot of people are saying Bill Self has kind of said nothing's happening, but with him getting pulled randomly in the second half, when either Kansas is losing by a lot or winning by a lot, and him having his agent there on site, it's a little
there's some
interesting.
question. Yeah, that feels a little questionable, and like obviously they can't come out
Yeah,
with a realistic opinion on what actually happened, so we just kind of have to believe what they say. But yeah, there's
yeah.
some malarkey afoot, I'd say.
But Peterson's so fucking good.
Yeah,
And it'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to watch him in the NCAA tournament when you kind of take the leash off and the minute restrictions off and you just kind of let him go and try to have him ball out in his like kind of like last tryout before the NBA
mm-hmm.
draft comes up. That'll be really fun. Um, I'm I'm kind of starting to put together my final four. I really don't see anyone beating Michigan before the final four.
So Michigan to the Final Four is one of the locks that you'd say you have right now.
Yeah, I'd have to look at it, but I'd say Michigan, Florida, UConn, and then I'm going to say Arkansas.
Arkansas, yeah,
I'm going to say, look, I like what they've done. Um, I think they play with a little more edge. I think they are at their best when they're playing in a big game, is what I really think. And Coach Calipari has them balling. You know, I think last we got them in St. John's was a classic last
oh yeah,
season.
that was
So
such a good yeah. Was it the eighth
That was
versus
such a
ninth?
fun
Eighth versus ninth
storyline.
seed? That was yeah. I was really really happy that we got that.
Yeah, and you know what's nice is like there's a lot of beatable teams, and for people in the Chicagoland area, it'll be really fun to see what U of I can do. U
Yeah,
of I,
that was my next
they
question. I
got
was gonna say yeah.
Wagler, they got Stojakovic's kid. They got a lot of really good ball players on that team.
It's
So
Pet, right? Peter Stojakovic. Yeah, so that's what I
yeah,
was. That was my next question here. Is there any team from Illinois, us being Illinois fans, that has you the most excited? It would probably have to be U of I.
well, U of I's like I think they're the only one.
Yeah,
DePaul's like a game over 500. So
and then Loyola.
um, no, Loyola's ass this year. Bradley's okay. Uh, for all our friends down in Peoria, Bradley's okay. DePaul had a good start to the
Mm-hmm.
season. They've kind of dwindled out a little bit. UIC's playing well. I don't see them winning their conference, but they've been ass for so long, and
Yeah.
they've had some solid moments this year. I went to a UIC game. This is how bad it is with UIC. I went down to the pavilion to go watch a UIC game. They were playing Uwe Pui, IUPUI, Indianapolis,
IUPUI. Yeah. Okay.
famously called Uwe Pui.
UPUI.
Um,
Yeah.
and they were doing the thing where they were giving the cheerleaders went out into the section and they were doing like the t-shirt giveaway where they
Yeah.
throw it in. There were so little people there that a cheerleader just walked up to me and handed me a shirt.
It's like you have to take this. They're not. I can't. I can't.
No,
Get
she just literally there was nobody there, and instead of throwing it, she just literally walked over to me at my seat and gave me the shirt. I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Thank you." No, yeah, that was really fun. My I don't really have Nebraska's. I'm treating them kind of like a Illinois team because I love Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah. Fred Hoiberg's been a
Um,
fun watch.
and his boy Sam's been playing well. It'll be interesting. Nebraska's never won a NCAA game, so
Mm.
it'll be interesting to see what they do. That would be dude. That would be so crazy if we have a year where Indiana wins the national title in football and Nebraska wins it in basketball. That would be
Absolutely nuts. I don't think that's a little bit too crazy of a long shot, but again, we've seen it happen with Indiana. It's like
yeah
good coaching comes first, and when good coaching comes, anything's possible. So Nebraska's been a fun team to watch this season. It's just
yeah.
nice seeing Fred Hoiberg. Like, and then Iowa State. That's the connection I made immediately with between Nebraska and Iowa State, where I feel like there's a little bit of bad blood there. It's fun
Oh
to
yeah.
see. Both
Well, I
teams are
mean,
striving.
Iowa State, they're just a powerhouse.
Yeah,
And like I think that it's funny because they don't get looked at, they don't get the respect they deserve in football, but their basketball program and their basketball stadium, like it's legit one of the top 10 places to visit
100%.
and if you're a college
I
basketball fan.
believe you.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they're really great. But yeah, it's dwindling down championship weeks in 2 weeks.
hmm
So just lock in, boys.
Yeah.
This is the best fucking time of the year,
To
man.
finish it off here, I'm going to ask you one last question, and this is a bit of a random question since you already have most of your bracket. It sounds like a little bit kind of picked and choose. Do you have your most favorite Cinderella? And by Cinderella, let's say a team that makes it to 16 or 8. If it's 16, that's fine. I'll take 16. Do you have a favorite Cinderella that you're kind of rooting for?
Rooting for I'm a guy who usually likes chalk because
Yeah,
I always get upset. I like the Liberty Flames. I think they're balling hard. They got a really good team. They're not getting looked at because Miami of Ohio is unbeaten, and St. Louis is having a really good season. But I think the Liberty Flames can go undetected, um, and they can kind of go under the radar a little bit, and maybe crash the Sweet 16. Another team that I really like, Rico Bosco has been saying Utah
Rico
State.
Bosco, yes, yes.
he's been saying Utah State. I'm gonna stay in that division
Okay.
because I think they're the most talented, one of the more talented non-Power Five teams. They have legit Power Five talent on their team is San Diego State. They do it every year. They went to the Final Four a couple of years back. San Diego State's a team that you don't want to see in March because they have actual NBA talent on their team. They are a really good basketball program. So I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna say obviously I like Rico's this. I like his pick of Utah State, but I think San Diego State and Liberty. There's a feeling around them,
Mm-hmm.
and then a safe pick. Take Yale. Take Yale to
Yale's.
win at
I've
least
heard a
one
lot for
game.
Yale, and obviously they've been here before, and that's kind of like what their one skill set is. But I've heard a lot about Yale this season. That's one of the exciting ones that I'm most likely going to choose based on who's their sixth, fifth seed opponent, right?
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat a team full of 5'6'3" white guys
Mm-hmm.
who
It's
shoot
also a
like
great
75%
program,
from the
right? That's
three.
one of those schools that like no matter how they're always gonna be mediocre, but that's always a great program that no matter what fifth seed school is gonna want to play, they don't want to play Yale. Yale's always gonna be expected.
Yeah, and Ivy League. Dude, it's just nuts because Ivy League's kind of like the Curry League.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like the 3-point league. Like, and if you're a team like an Arizona who does not shoot a lot of 3-pointers, like you could get behind pretty quickly. These games go by pretty fast, and if Yale comes out and gets hot on a team, it's really hard to come back into it. Out of the ACC, I like Clemson.
Clemson, okay.
I think Clemson's
Haven't heard
a
their
solid.
heard their name a lot. Last year they fucked me.
They fucked me in that
They
game
fucked me
too
last
when they
year.
shot themselves out of that game.
Yeah.
No, Clemson's got a pretty good team. Everyone's going to go Virginia. I'm not a huge Virginia guy. Um, I think Virginia doesn't have the offense to get over some of the other really good teams in the round of 32. They could win a first round game. It'll be hard if they win a second round game.
Yeah. That
Um,
about right.
but those are my teams that I really like.
Okay.
So right now, Duke's interesting. I didn't even say Houston or Iowa State in my Final Four. Those are two, and Michigan State. Those are three teams that can crash the Final Four,
Yeah.
as well as U of I. So we're getting set up for an all-time tournament.
I agree. That's what a lot of the hype I've been hearing is that this is the one where the offense has been so structured well that we are going to see the best college offenses of all time. We're going to see
Yeah,
combined the highest scoring games, the best defense, and the best offense. Like I'm really excited for this season. And just to get a little bit of a throwback here, this was my bracket 1 year ago. I don't think you'll be able to see or not. Here, fuck it. I'll just read it to you.
yeah. Read it to me.
My bracket that I had last year was top 1,000 ranked. At the end of it, it was 99.9% correct. I got 3 games wrong.
Shit.
3 games wrong. I had Florida winning it, and I won my bracket competition. I had one of the best brackets of all time. I don't think I'll ever beat that. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm going to try to ride Florida again this year is try to reignite that fire and try to
Yeah,
get another bracket in the top 1,000. Whoever thought? That's one of my favorite stories ever.
we'll have to do we'll have to do a bracket
We could
pick
do
'em.
a bracket episode coming up, like literally the next 3 weeks. We could do a bracket episode, bracketology.
Yeah, because uh, March March 15th is
Mm-hmm.
Selection Sunday. I'd have to say. Because the last game of the regular season is March 7th,
March
and
7th.
then usually that March 7th through the 14th is championship
Mm-hmm.
week, making that Sunday, the 15th, would be Selection Sunday,
Yeah.
and then first four in is that Wednesday and Thursday, and then that or it would be that Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday is the round of
Mm-hmm.
64.
Okay. Yeah. For those watching, today
So
is we're recording this on February 18th, so we are kind of a month away. But if you guys had an idea of when you'd like us to do it, is we could do it as soon as next week, or we can kind of push it a little bit closer to, uh, you know, selection day. Uh, that would be a lot of fun. Doing a little bit of a bracket challenge where we kind of me and you go through headbusters and like who we think's in, who we think's out, and also in general what we think a Final Four would look like.
yeah, and I mean our schedule. We've been recording on Wednesdays.
That would be the
That'll be
day.
interesting because that'll be the night before tip off
Yeah.
for the first round.
That'd be pretty darn exciting. But I mean, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of The Driveway, this episode number 6. We got here, we talked a little idiot jazz, a little back and forth on every topic known to man, and we covered the Olympics, a little bit of baseball, a little bit of wrestling, and we're still waiting for those
Olympics.
We're still waiting for those messages.
Olympics, aka Snoop Dogg figures out what white people do in the winter.
Exactly. Snoop Dogg interviews the Jamaican bobsled team. Here we go.
Snoop Dogg's coverage
Fucking
of the Winter
everywhere.
Olympics is so fucking funny because it's like they're clear, like it's so obviously racist. Not racist. I won't say racist. It's so obvious. NBC saying, "Hey, Snoop Dogg, get black people to like and watch Olympic sports." Because
yeah, exactly.
if they had me and you in there, if they had me and you in there fucking interviewing fucking snowboarders, nobody would watch.
No one give a shit. Yeah.
Because it'd be all the white people that would watch snowboarding anyways. They have fucking Bowen Yang and Matt, the guy he does the podcast with, clearly trying to get gay people to watch figure skating, which I would assume gay people are already watching figure skating. Because not trying to be rude, I'm just saying there's not much things gayer than figure skating. It's like that and musical.
Very good point.
That and musical theater are like, again, no judgment, but those two things are pretty fucking gay.
Yeah.
So I would say
I would say
hockey
now too. Hockey, heated rivalry. Hockey now apparently.
That's so crazy because first off, I thought it was a Ovechkin versus Sidney Crosby biopic.
You're kidding me. You watched it?
And so
okay.
Dude, it took me to halfway through. It took me halfway through episode 2 to be like, wait, I don't think Ovi and Sydney were like fucking. I don't know if this is about Sydney and fucking Ovi. I was like, this is an interesting dude. I can't tell you how much my mind blew on that first episode, and I was like, I texted my brother because he's a big hockey fan. I was like, did you know Ovi and Sydney were fucking during the draft? I was like, I thought they hated each other. Apparently they suck each other's dicks. Like, I was like, this is crazy. And then I got to episode 2, and I was like, that makes sense. This is not about Ovi and Sydney. This is just two gay guys, very loosely based off of Sydney and Ovi.
Yes, very loosely.
But it kind of is like this massive fuck you because they take this like Eastern European guy. I don't think they could use Russian, so they didn't make him Russian. They made him like fucking, what was it, like Czechian?
I don't know, because I haven't watched. I don't know, but I brought that up.
So they didn't really make him Russian because I think Russia would start a war with someone for making him a gay Russian.
True.
Like they might kill all the HBO execs. So they did that, and then they did like some Asian Canadian guy. They did that. But it's interesting because like hockey players are famously like homophobic.
Yes.
Like
no,
they've had
of all the sports you could think of, it would be like football, hockey, but hockey more than football, in my opinion. Yeah.
No, football. They'll open their ass for it. They're getting paid so much money. They'll wear a rainbow on the fucking helmet. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, dude. Like honestly, if a group of Nazis gave them $150 million, they would be wearing swastikas.
Yeah, they'd have swastikas on the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. But
Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell.
Yeah, and like fucking, but hockey, they were like, I remember they were like, we want you guys to wear for Gay Pride Night, we want you guys to wear like rainbow warm up jerseys, and like I think it was the Philadelphia Flyers. So like, we're not gonna wear those queer jerseys. It's like, dude, it's warm ups. We're not asking you to wear them during the game. Yeah. Just warm up in a rainbow jersey, and they were like, no,
that's not what I want to do. Yeah, I get that.
No, so it's like you got those guys. You got some pretty homophobic players in the league. Baseball goes both ways because baseball, you have a lot of right wing guys who are kind of like they're making our kids gay, like Matt Shaw, TPUSA, like teachers are making our kids trans and shit like that, and
Matt Shaw.
but then you have like normal people like Freddie Freeman who are like all inclusive guys and just good dudes. Shohei is a good dude, so I don't know, dude. I don't get too political, but I don't know. If someone asks you to wear a fucking rainbow flag to support gay people, just fucking put it on your jersey and shut the
Yeah.
fuck up,
Yeah.
dude.
You're getting paid
If
for
you're
it.
paying me,
Yeah.
if you're paying me $100 million, and it's not like like obviously if someone was like put a swastika on your thing, I'd be like, all right, dude, no, I'm not going to do that. I
Mm-hmm.
stand against that. But you're like preaching to like, hey, don't let's do equality for gay people. Like I could get behind that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting paid 100 million. Fucking throw that on the jersey. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No loss. Exactly.
Again, I don't know because I have never even sniffed $100 million.
Yeah, I'm not an
But I would
athlete. Yeah.
assume. I would assume I'd be very compliant if you gave me $100 million. I would do a lot of shit.
I would.
So
I think next episode we should talk about that. We should talk about what things Danny would do for $150 million.
I'd kill a guy.
You'd kill a man. Okay. How many
I
men
would
would you kill?
not even a man. Not even a man. Preferably, it'd be a woman because it'd be less work to kill a woman.
Okay. What about a
Um,
child? Would you kill a child?
no, I wouldn't kill a child. I couldn't do it.
Okay. What if the
I couldn't do
child
it.
was
I
like
couldn't.
a Packers fan?
No,
No, a Brewers
no.
Packers fan, like a real diehard Brewer, like a.
I've only come close to fighting a child one time in my life, and it was at a Bucks and Bulls game in
Okay,
the
to pick a
playoffs.
place.
It was at a Bucks and Bulls game in the playoffs, and it was actually the one game we beat the Bucks. And I went,
Oh
I went
yeah.
there. I was there live, and this little black kid in front of me. Uh, every time the Bucks scored, he would turn around and he'd go, Giannis, Giannis. Every time they scored, every time they fucking scored, and I was just sitting there. I was just like, no, I actually had a lot of fun with the family in front of me. I gave them because I'm not gonna wear a Fear the Deer fucking blackout shirt, so I
Hmm.
gave them my shirt. And then the Bulls started kicking the shit out of the Bucks, and so I started having a little fun with them. But I'm not gonna lie, when the Bucks came out hot, and I thought we were gonna see a Bucks back-to-back championship, I was getting a little flustered.
Hmm.
I don't know, dude. But like, if a woman was, first off, if a woman ever hurt my dogs, I
Okay,
think I could,
that's
I
fair.
can
Fair game.
easily blow a woman's head off if she hurt my dogs.
Clean schmoove
Um,
off. Yeah.
no, I think I could beat them to death with like my hands. I
Okay.
do. And I think I could do that. Packers fans, I think I'd go for like the male Packer fans, the
Hmm.
older, like 40, 50-year-old male
Yeah.
Packer fan.
Those guys, I.
But
Yeah, those guys
you know who I would, you know who I'd prefer to kill the most is the Packer fans that live in Chicago.
Yes. That I can't fucking stand. Yeah, those people. I
Can't
know.
stand it.
And that's the thing is, I know them. I know who they are. Like,
Yeah.
openly, they might be watching this. It's like if you're watching this, yeah, like we're fucking after you. We don't fucking like you.
It's just like you're such a fucking hoe. You know what? Like if we ever go to war and we get drafted, I wouldn't want the guy in the foxhole next to me
I wouldn't fight for that
to
guy.
be a guy who is no, because I can't trust him.
Yeah,
We might be losing, and he might be wearing a Russian fucking army
I
jersey
don't trust him. Yeah,
the
I'm not
next
fighting
day.
for that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't want that guy sitting next to me in a foxhole.
Hmm.
You want Bears fans, people who've gone through 3 loss seasons, like people who've gone through the hard times.
Yeah.
Like you want those people in the foxhole because
Respect. Those are
they'll
the people
hunker
that
down.
Those are the people I connect with emotionally, spiritually, all the way.
And if
all
you
the way.
needed them, like when times go hard, they're not going to quit on you.
Yeah.
Like you know, what I mean, Packer fans have never had a bad team.
No, they've
It'll be
always
interesting
been, they've
to
always
see
been
what the
relevant.
Packers.
Yeah. It's annoying.
I guarantee you, when they win 5 games, watch how empty Lambeau is.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
fuck them.
All right, boys. Well, there you go. There's episode 6. There's episode 6 for you guys. This is pretty good when we don't have a lot of sports going on. I like the conversations we have. We go a little back and forth on everything. So we're gonna try to tie it in next week as well and go through more topics and more NBA. We're gonna have more Olympic talk. maybe Ronda Rousey talks some more shit or something. We'll talk about her, and then
Yeah.
if you got anything else you want to cover, D, go right ahead.
No, I mean we'll have the Olympics will be over next week.
Yeah.
Um, we'll have probably another episode like this because we won't have much to talk about. But then after that, we'll have World Baseball Classic. We'll have
More college
some of the
basketball.
conference champion. Well, some of the non-Power Five conference championships will be tipping off.
Yeah.
Power Five conference champions tip off. I don't know why they do this. It drives me fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the Power Five, the non-Power Fives, most of their conference tournaments or most of their seasons end February 28th.
Yeah. Last
And
day.
then they go, yeah, they do the week before championship week. They play their conference title. And then Power Five ends their shit. And some of the non-Power Five end their fucking
Mm-hmm.
season March 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why? Why? Can't we just fucking March 1st?
Things linear, yeah.
Like March 1st, we just tip off we tip off all the basketball tournaments. And then why do we have to have a championship game in April? I don't know. Have it at the end of March.
Have it at the end of
It's
March.
called March Madness.
Exactly. Yeah. That was always the thing that was confusing for me growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's March Madness.
It's like what? It's like fucking. Why do I have to have a college football national title game January fucking 20th?
That's a weird feeling always. Yeah, and like Rose Bowls on New Year's and like.
Well, back in the day, it used to be January 6th, and then white right wing extremists took over that day,
Mm-hmm.
and so they moved it to January 26th.
They took it over.
Yeah, they were afraid all the trumpets running at the White House, shitting on Pelosi's desks. They were kind of scared. They were kind of scared. They were kind of scared that they were going to be shitting on fucking Saban's desk. I don't know. Probably the people that like Nick Saban are probably the same people that rushed the White House on January 6th.
That's a good for anyone listening. For anyone listening,
I would put money that 20% of those people were Roll Tide.
Yeah, Roll Tide. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'll put
true.
a lot of money on that. But that's all I got.
All right. Well, Danny, thank you so much for finishing us off here. I mean, did you want to go ahead and say the slogan? Because I've always been forgetting it. You're the one that's always remembering what our final slogan is before we leave.
Hey, don't park on the don't park on the street. Pull into the driveway.
Pull into the driveway. Sexy. All right.
It's a work in progress.
It is indeed.
Yeah,
we're doing good.
Park on the driveway, bitches.
All right. See you later, bitches.
Bitches.